guys, so I'm actually really excited because this is my first ever video. I'm like all natural right now, and I'm going to just go for it. Gonna try and make a makeup video. Don't mind my curtain behind me. There's gonna probably be a lot of editing throughout this video, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get started because my excitement right now is like out of this world, because I've wanted to do YouTube videos since I could remember. I'm a photo major at the University of Connecticut, so I figured why not try it out and see where it goes. So I am going to go ahead and get started. So if you are curious to see how this goes with me, because I'm curious too, just continue watching. Okay, so I have my face all clean, and I haven't really described my makeup routine. I usually just do it, but I guess because I have to explain it, I'm going to. So I have this True Match. It's in Sun Beige W6. It's not focus unless I hit it. So that's what it looks like, if you can get that. If not, sorry. But yeah, I'll bring it back to my face. Okay. And I have my beauty blender. Sorry, it's really dirty right now. But what I do, see, now I'm getting a little nervous. Just put a little on my hand. And then what I do is I dab. I have my MAC Prep and Prime right here. I'm gonna do it now just because I'll show you, but you just give yourself a little spritz and you should be ready to go. That can start and finish your makeup. So I have a little bit of a weird routine when it comes to my eyebrows. Funny story, I plucked them wrong when I was 12, so they're still in the process of coming back. I'm also Asian, so I don't really have like thick body hair, and that includes facial hair, so it's a little difficult to grow back. But for that I use the soft black. This is also a funny story. I got ripped off online, but this was the best product that ever came from it, and I'm a little nervous because I'm almost out, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do if I can't get any more of it. So that makes me nervous. But alright. So it came with this little tiny brush, and what I do, it's all cracked right now, is I just dab a little bit, and I kind of just go with my hair. I don't have too much. You can see I'm kind of going a little sloppy over it, but like I said, I have this weird way of doing my eyebrows, so you know how they're kind of like, you know, just slapped on. I kind of just shape it because it's a powder. I can just, you know, arrange things with my fingers. So it just looks really strange on me. So that is the result of the eyebrows. They're meant to be sisters, not twins, so don't freak out if they come out a little different, because they're not supposed to be exactly alike, because that would just be robotically weird. So now that I did my eyebrows, usually I would, you know, do my eyelashes, but For this, I'm gonna just test a little. This is eyelid primer for eyeshadow. So I do that, and then just kind of blend that in with my beauty blender too. You can spritz your beauty blender if you want to. You don't have to. It just makes it, sometimes it makes it easier when you add a little moisture to it, and it makes everything else. Alright, so now that I have that all blended in, relatively speaking, I can show you how I highlight. Now, everyone has different ways of doing things, so you could be doing a completely different thing. It's not wrong, it's not right, it's not perfect. So I have this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Erase Dark Circles. I just use it for highlight. It's got this little sponge thing, you twist it, and the stuff on the bottom, I've used this for a while. It just, goes to the top. So then you just, on your known areas, you just apply this where you want the highlight. So mainly right above this line, because that's where your darker contour is going. So this sometimes turns out a lot lighter than I really want it to, but sometimes I like to make little designs on my face. But so then you take your beauty blender. I usually use the big round fat part to get under my eyes. There's that all blended in. And for my, crevices right here, I like to, if I want to do it like really vivid, I'd use my BH Cosmetic contour palette, but right now I'm just going to use my MAC Skin Finish. It's the dark golden. It's a mineralized skin finish. So this is A14 dark golden. So it's usually not hard to open, but I just, don't have muscle right now. So I just have my, this is like a really cheap brush I got off of Amazon. It came in like 13 pieces. So I just dab, and then they say not to do the kissy face, but it helps me get my line, so I do it anyways. So you want to bring it all the way back to your hairline, and even in there, because you don't want like an abrupt stop on your face, because that would just look a little strange. So it's a very subtle contour on my skin, which I like because unless I'm going out somewhere fancy, and so you have a very subtle thing. You can just put it under your jawbone too, accentuate that. It doesn't really create anything. So that's that. I'm going to, I've always debated on whether to do my eye makeup first or do my eyelashes, like mascara and everything. But yeah, my favorite palette I get to use, this is my all-time favorite. I got this on Black Friday, or during the sale week. It's the Alice Through the Looking Glass collection from Urban Decay, and it is gorgeous. It comes with its own brush and everything. I usually like to go natural with this because I haven't really learned how to, put color on my face and be able to control it. So I'm just going to show you a natural look. So I'm going to use the color, I like to use Royal Flush as a base. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's that one. So I take the short end, I just dab, tap, and then I'll just apply that lightly to my lid. After that's done, I just kind of, blend it with my finger. It's really all you have to do, just so there's no like harsh lines or anything. So there's that. For the natural look, I usually go with a smoky eye, but a very, wow, it just sounded like a frog, a very natural smoky eye. So I'm going to go with this color, Chronosphere. And if you watch the movie, which you should, it's a really good movie. You'll understand where all these names come from, because I didn't before. But so now I'm taking the long side. It's more of a blending side. So, and I'm just going to go into the crease of my eyelid and kind of bring it all the way into the line. And I even like to bring it out a little bit so it gives my eye a little bit more depth, because I don't have very accentuated like Asian type eyes, like the stereotypical Asian eyes, but I do. So I'm just gonna pick back where I started, pick back up where I started. There we go. So yeah, I was just kind of darkening this crevice a little bit using the shade Chronosphere. But yeah, so there's the eye routine for now. If you want to accentuate your eyebrows a little bit more, usually I use the shade Lily. It's got this kind of fluorescent type glow to it. Stuff that just doesn't wipe off with excessive force. Okay, so there's that. I think it's just dry skin on my eyelid, but it looks weird. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm gonna go on to the eyelashes. Once again, I have a weird routine because I don't have a lot of eyelashes. When I say a lot, I mean you can't really see them. They're pretty tiny. So I'm gonna do as much as I possibly can. So I did as much as I possibly could to show you a little bit of my eyelashes. What I did was I just kind of put a base of like a little bit dried out mascara so you can see what I'm aiming for. I'm excited. I just bought So Lashy Blast Pro by CoverGirl. I just bought this, so I'm excited to see how this works. It's got ooh, it's so fancy. Alright, let's test this baby out. Sorry, I like sometimes feel that I can't breathe when I do my makeup. Does anyone else get that? But yeah, so that's that. I'm gonna see if you can see it a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry about that noise. It's just focusing on my face. This is my Colossal Volume Express. Even my bottom lashes are so non-existent. Love who you are, because there's no one better to fit the job than you, to be you. Then I'm going to take this, once again, drugstore Maybelline Define a line that I've used forever. Like, this is as far as it goes. Need to get a new one of that. And I just put it right on the waterline. And to make sure everything is blended, I'm going to take my MAC 217 blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of go into the crease. So that is basically what I go out and look like. I do go back sometimes. Sometimes I go to my Contour and Blush 2 palette by BH Cosmetics, and I take this darkest color because it does kind of work with my skin tone. I just take this e.l.f. contour brush, probably not what it's made to be used for, but I use it for that anyways. So I just dab a little bit, and then I just define a line slightly on the sides of my nose. On the corner. I just blend with my finger again, because, you know, the finger is the best blending tool you could ask for. So my look. I have two ways of finishing. I have the NYX HD Studio Photogenic finishing powder, which I love. Really just depends on what look you want. You want like a dewier look or a drier look, you go with liquid or you go with powder. And that just comes with personal choice. So I do the MAC, and just a few spritzes here and there. And then I'm going to skip out on the lips too. I'll make another video and post that too. This is my favorite. This has a very purpley pink tint to it. It is ColourPop. It used to be right on there, but it wore out. This is Over the Moon, so it's 6L01, if you're curious. And this, I just... But yeah, this is my first ever YouTube channel look. And I really thank you for watching. And yeah, you guys are awesome. And this is what it looks like.